Hello, I'm Reverend Michael Mugford, and I'm part of the ministry team at Cole Harbour Woodside United Church, along with Reverend Crystal Elizabeth Wynne. I was inspired this week by reading an essay by Episcopal priest Cynthia Bourgeau. Before I get to that, I want to just step back a little bit and say that I have always had a weight issue in my life. For a few years, I was going to the gym, and under the tutelage and guidance of a knowledgeable friend, I lost like 120 pounds or more. Over the last few years, that weight has crept back up on me. I have a treadmill in the basement, and I rarely use it. But like many of us, I always intend to use it. And I may do that, or I may not, but the intention is still there to do that. There's a mindset in our society that we need to battle ourselves into submitting to the ideals of what we should look like by society's standards. And I have to say, I'm pleased to see people pushing back against the fat shaming that goes on over social media. And while I am not happy with my weight, I am trying to be happy with who I am. I think overall, I have a pretty healthy view of who I am in body and in mind and in spirit. So, this is what brings me to Cynthia Bourgeau's essay. And she begins by saying, in many spiritual traditions of the world, the body is viewed with fear and suspicion, and that we're supposed to make our sinful flesh submit to the spirit, and then that spirit submits to God. Bourgeau writes that our bodies are more than just vessels for the spirit to inhabit for a time. Our bodies give us spiritual insights that sometimes our minds can't reach. She tells a story attributed to Russian Orthodox Archbishop Anthony Bloom. So a young man came to Archbishop Bloom for a spiritual consultation. And he was really angry and distressed because he couldn't make sense out of his Christianity. So the Archbishop listened intently and then told the young man to go home and to make 100 prostrations, full prostrations per day for an entire month. Now, my understanding is that in the Orthodox tradition, a full prostration is when one lays out on the floor, face down, with arms outstretched like a cross, and holds that position for at least a good long in and out breath. And then you slowly rise to your feet. So he had to do that 100 times a day for a month. At the end of the month, the man went back to Archbishop Bloom, and his eyes were glowing. And the Archbishop knew that through the deep rhythmic prostrations, the man came to reconnect his body with the wellspring of his faith, his spirit. In our society, the body has become so important, and sometimes we forget the mind and often forget the spirit. They're also integral parts of who we are. We're a trinity in and of ourselves, in a way at least. We shouldn't subdue or force one part of ourselves to submit to the others. But rather, I think we should seek to learn ways to lift up and celebrate who we are, body, mind, and spirit. I believe that we can work to find a concert of modalities to live within our lives. The body to move through the physical world, the mind to dream and to explore, and the spirit to love, to joy, and to hope. These are just some thoughts for today. Peace.